Before I even get onto the body of this video, I'll quickly say that you can win an argument if you want to. And winning an argument doesn't necessarily make you right. Okay? You can be in a debate, you can feel that you win, maybe get all your supporters behind you saying, yeah, you know, that person's won, isn't it great, we must be right. Well, that doesn't necessarily follow on. And I just wanted to make that clear even before I get on to the main thrust of what I'm talking about today. I'm here to tell you that the scientists and the atheists and the skeptics who deny psychic phenomena are worse than the creationists. You see, the creationists rely upon a certain religious story which has been handed down over centuries and regard that as being the hard and fast truth or the facts. But then of course science has come along and has demonstrated, let's say, evolution. From my point of view, you can still use mythology in a creative way, and maybe you can do you some good, that's fine. But you can't necessarily regard mythology as being fact. With evolution, you've got the facts which support it. Evolution is essentially true. But what about psi phenomena? Well, quite simply, if there was sufficient evidence built up over, let's say, 60 or 80 years, that actually demonstrated that there was a psi effect, and this was scientifically and statistically demonstrated, then essentially you would have to say that there is a strong probability that this particular phenomenon does actually exist, especially if the results are consistent with the methods of science as well as the methods of statistical analysis. Well, funnily enough, that is the case. The science of parapsychology started in the 1930s. And there have been consistent results over a long period of time which have demonstrated that psi phenomena and psi effects do actually occur. Of course, there are still many different theories which are in the process of being developed as to precisely what the force is, what the mechanism is that creates the effect, but essentially the effect is still there. And what's more, it's been demonstrated properly and scientifically. So to deny this is worse than being a creationist. You see, the creationists don't have anything to support their mythology or their story, apart from the story and the text which the story is in its own right, and their belief in the truth and veracity of the story itself. But with psi phenomena, we have the same standards of science which has been applied to the phenomena, and it has been found that there is a strongly statistically significant result. The experiments have been conducted. They have been repeated by independent researchers. The facts are out there for anyone to research, so long as, of course, they have the ability to use scientific methodology and scientific reasoning when going through the information. If you read it from the point of view of a scientist, then you will have to concur and agree that psychic phenomena is in fact real and a fact of nature. If you were to read it in a dishonest way, and if you were to present it in a dishonest way, then you would have an argument. And yes, you could win the argument. But to win the argument does not prove that you are right. What it proves is you have skill at being dishonest. I propose that anyone who, considering the body of knowledge and information which is out there, denies the existence of psi or psychic phenomena is in fact being worse than a creationist.